You need time to think about life's big questions, like where do all the flies come from? Do trains of thought have a destination? And another thing, how does an engine keep going out here? Well, that was an easy one.
To endure winter, the group huddles together, merging their bodies into a single mass. For the greater good of the colony. They work together, move together, never alone, always as one, making the most of the winter months together.
At Harvey Norman, upgrade again with an Intel-powered Acer laptop. Work and play hard with this Acer Nitro 5 and save $395. Boost your processing power with this Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop and save $500. Enjoy smooth and detailed visuals with this feature-packed Nitro 5 and save $800. Or step up to the Predator Helios 300 with high-speed storage and obliterate the competition. See more of the range now at Harvey Norman.
With amplified premium fuels and downcharge electric vehicle charging rolling out across Australia, Ampol powers our way of life. Ampol, Australia's own.
Kia, movement that inspires.
It's Dad's Day. Don't waste your money on a doodad like this. Instead, getting something from Redco.
Like 25% off engine oils and 25% off car care. This weekend only.
Don't do doodads on Dad's Day. Do Redco.
I'm working. I'll get another room. Have a break.
Have a Kit Kat.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession. I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
House of the Dragon, Mondays at 11 on Fox Showcase. Or watching 4K Ultra HD only on Foxtel.
Tonight on Fox League, the two best teams of the past decade, the Melbourne Storm and the Sydney Roosters. Between them, 6 of 10 premierships. In 2022, many declared their dynasty's over. The Storm, top 4 and finals bound. Out of the shadow of the big three is now Cameron Munster, Harry Grant and Jerome Hughes. These Roosters sunk to 10th after 17 rounds, now on a 6-game winning run, with Keary and James Tedesco at their creative best. And Joseph Suaalii, a teenager who run through a brick wall. He is something special. The premiership prize is within reach yet again for the Storm and the Roosters. So tonight, sit back and marvel at these two incredible teams.
Right here on Fox League.
Live and at break 3, the Melbourne Storm and the Sydney Roosters.
Oh, yes, indeed. The ladder says it's 4th against 6, which obviously makes it a big game in itself. But the form of these two teams and the recent history of these clubs has some calling this the game of the year. It's Melbourne against the Sydney Roosters. The Storm still aiming for the top two, but they're no certainty of finishing in the top four. And these Roosters could no longer make the four thanks to Parramatta and their win last night. So the best the Roosters can do is lock in a home elimination final, yet bizarrely, despite their red-hot form, they are still no certainty to make the finals, and we all know they've got South next week. So there is going to be some pain for the loser of this contest. The Storm, well, they proved last week they can still turn it on in attack. In fact, that's been the case for the last month. 4 straight wins when it seemed they were sinking. Cooper Cronk, they will feel good about their chances tonight. Not only are they firing on all cylinders, but they have the wood on the Roosters in recent meetings.
Yeah, that dominant last few encounters going all the way back to 2019. That man in screen, Joe Hargraves, will be in the thick of it tonight, because you talk about the Roosters being in 10th position 6 weeks ago. They put 6 wins on the trot, and they are all in on this contest tonight. This is a statement game for the Roosters about what they can do in September, and they are ready for it.
Some late changes, we'll go through those, and there you can see Melbourne. Marion Sebe is back, so young Toronto player pushed back to 18th man. Tua Kamakamitha will start, and Felice Corfusi back from a couple of weeks out grieving the loss of his father. He will come in off the bench, and Trent Liero has had a back issue. We haven't seen him in a while, so he returns. Greg Alexander, Roosters fans have been waiting a long time, a season and a half, for their side to return to this sort of premiership form. Now that the injuries and the suspensions have finally subsided, the result has been 6 straight wins. The question tonight, after feasting on some pretty beatable teams, can they translate that form against a genuine contender?
Well, they seem to have timed their run perfectly, and importantly, I think they get back Lindsay Collins and Siwa Taukeaho onto the bench, which performed, going off the back of the form of Matt Lodge, who's been there now for 6 games, and Jared Warrior-Hargreaves. Well, I'm thinking that's the best middle, that's the best front row rotation in the game at the moment. And Luke Keary's form, Joey Manu, James Tedesco. There's plenty of stars in this Roosters side that are hitting form at the right end of the season, up against the Melbourne side that did some soul searching only a month ago, but have won the last 4 games and look great as well.
So here they come, the Sydney Roosters, 6 wins in a row. An absolute shellacking of the West Tigers last week. A sight for sore eyes for Roosters fans. Lindsay Collins returning. Luke Keary, sparkling form. Good crowding tonight. The Storm have the city to themselves. There's no AFL going on, and the crowd has poured in. Nat Butcher, what a big couple of weeks. 4 tries last week at the SCG, and his 100th first grade game. It all started for him late 2016. The 2018 is when he started to make his mark. And now, the Melbourne Storm. They are paying tribute tonight, given it's their last home game of the regular season, to Brandon Smith, to Kenny Bromwich, to Jesse Bromwich, Felice Corfusi. Wonderful players for Melbourne, and they are departing, and that just adds another dimension to this game. We heard Brandon Smith talk about the fact that a lot has been made among the team, among the club this week, with regard to these 4 players moving on.
And this is what underpins the emotion, the attachment to Melbourne Storm for a big performance against the Roosters. These 4 gentlemen, premiership winners, in terms of the Bromwich boys and Corfusi, have been there for a long, long period of time. And Brandon Smith, well, he's changed the shape, his dynamic of that forward pack, purely through his athleticism and leg speed. So you talk about Brandon Smith coming back to form for the Storm. Well, he's up against the team he's going to next year, so there's a lot of storylines that underpin this game, but we're set for a crack.
They've struggled for a long time with their outside back, but to get David Norfoluma down to the club playing his 4th game now, Xavier Coates returned from injury, they look much better, they're much more solid. The clash I'm looking forward to, Brandon Smith clashing with Victor Radley in the middle of the field.
One thing with Victor, 5 in a row Melbourne have won against the Roosters. He's missed 4 of those games, and he is here tonight. Brandon Smith almost looks a little nervous and quite emotional there. They are quite telling scenes. What impact will this build-up have on players like Brandon Smith? Sam Farrell, it's great to see him have a sustained run on the field. And the human wrecking ball, Justin Olam. There are stars all across the park. This is a true heavyweight battle. It's the Storm and it's the Roosters. Sit back and enjoy. And it's the Roosters who will have first crack at its back Lodge with a strong start. Bending the defensive line back, keeping his starting spot. And now, Daniel Tupou just outside the 20. Melbourne on a winning run, 4 in a row. Roosters 6 in a row. Laurent Hargreaves, the barometer for this Roosters outfit. 12-5 when he plays this year. They've lost 4 out of 5 when he hasn't. As Lots look in the background there, they'll lose past the Walker.
Huh?
Sparrow's waiting and
The
coming
Storm
up.
and the Roosters.
Now,
Storm and the
there's
Roosters.
so much ball playing from him, but he just a strong
Huh?
hard run. So the Roosters get through their
Well,
first
the Panthers would have had 50, but one, like 10 minutes.
Very tidy result.
Well, the Panthers would have had 50, but they got one try taken off in the second half, but then they managed to score another one. And they managed to win 46 points to 10, I mean to 12. Because the Panthers got a penalty try.
Game that needs to be on tonight. Very good kickers on the other side of the field in Jerome Hughes and Cameron Munster.
Melbourne, we saw them last week. Oh, there's a drop ball. Norfolk puts it down. What an opening for the Roosters. First chance belongs to them.
Yeah, that was a tough pass to catch up over his shoulder then with the Roosters defence bearing down on him.
As Lodge driven back. And now the ball has come out, but it's going to be a late penalty call. What a nervy opening for both clubs here. And the Roosters, they got through that first set, but
Well, they had a pass hit the ground and were lucky to get away with it. Angus Crichton cleaned it up, but then that was a tough one. David Norfoluma close to the ruck there. The ball, you want to put it out in front of a player when the defence is up so quick into his face. He had just a slight look, and that was enough for the turnover.
And that's the intensity to start this contest, right? Defenders taking the handbrake off, flying out of line. As a ball carrier, you just have a little peep. You can see the aggression line speed coming in your face, so you have a look. But that needs to really settle down. High percentage carries, tough start, but points will be at a premium, so this is a smart move for the Roosters.
there's no surprise here. A finals-like atmosphere, and take all the points you can when they're on offer. And Nelson Ascot Solomona has been playing a lot of edge in these last few weeks. It looks like the Roosters with Walker to put them on top. He's been kicking very, very well. 15 in a row. A lot of those from out wide last week at the SCG, and that one straight down the middle. So the Roosters on top with an early penalty goal. 2 points to nil as we say hello to Laura Pitt on the sideline.
Good evening, gentlemen. Crowd still filing in here at AAMI Park. They've declared it officially a sellout just as the players were running out for this blockbuster matchup. Conditions-wise, absolutely perfect at ground level. 11 degrees, no breeze to speak of, and the pitch looking sensational.
Thank you, Lara. The Storm have lost just twice this year at this ground. Parramatta in Golden Point way back in round 3, and the Raiders in round 18. They spun an upset. Lodge with a good first run yet again, getting them going. Ooh, that's unorthodox.
It was on the ground for a long time before he got his foot to it, and I thought he was almost going to push that forward.
Roosters Hargreaves on tackle number 3. He comes out, and again just hard running down the middle in these early moments. Willis. Going on it. We're on trouble of Jesse Bromwich, and his run will eventually come to an end. But an excellent set for the Roosters. There's Walker giving some distance on here, and of course it's Cam Munster at the back, despite the number 6 on his back. And this is the 4th week in a row that he's been in the fullback position.
Well, it has worked so well, so I can understand Greg Bellamy being a bit reticent to change things and throwing back up in the front line.
A big movie, of course, for the five-minute roll. Oh, the Norfolk Uber, where's one? Radley. Lodge as well. Grant. Can't get away. Beaters not coming as easily for the Storm as they are for the Roosters, but this will help big time. Cam Munster doing a bit of refereeing on his own.
Well, the contact was huge on David Norfoluma from Victor Radley. That one just slipping up a bit high, making contact with the head. Give the Storm a chance to get out of their own territory. It's all been down there into the field so far.
Looks like Warrior Hargreaves made ball contact with Radley at that angle. But the penalty here for the #1 attacking team in the Premiership. More than 28 points a game. And their first chance. Real electricity, this atmosphere. Melbourne can clinch top 4 if they win tonight. And it's Kenny Bromwich. Harry Grant. Brandon Smith. Up down. Hit hard. Trying to play the ball though. Allows Grant a chance to brother. Oh, it turns Riley around and Oliver's claiming it. Tedesco was close. This could be a terrific try. What a start for the Storm. Their first chance and they have nailed it. Harry Grant continuing his red-hot form.
Yeah, Harry Grant jumping out of dummy half there, and the Roosters that quick off their line, it was very hard to turn and chase. I thought Tedesco might have gone there, he jumped open, came back to short side, and even though the kick went wide, Oliver was able to get there first, beat Swaliti and also James Tedesco. Oh, I think Tedesco might have got his hands on the ball.
Well, wasn't even grounded. This is going to draw the attention of the bunker. That doesn't look convincing, does it? There's a fair bit there.
See, they looked horribly short out the side, the Roosters. Swaliti coming up quickly. Just impossible for him to turn and chase and recover, but there was no one around.
It's that combination. Brandon Smith playing football, a quick play the ball, Harry Grant gets out because the line speed of the Roosters, they get up, and Olam is the closest person to the football. This is going to need closer inspection.
Well, if it's no try. Who was a come off?
So Tedesco takes
Two players is just going for the ball.
I think Olam grounds the ball.
James Tedesco knocks the ball back.
Fingers on it.
By Justin Olam.
The slightest of bounces.
Now, the Bucker said Tedesco knocked it back.
Knock on.
So that will be an Olam knock on. That's a big decision. And what a let-off for the Roosters.
The first attempted opportunity to Melbourne Storm, and it's Brandon Smith just straight over the advantage line, big carry, and it's Harry Grant. What he did last week to the Brisbane Broncos, he annihilated the middle third. So I think that's the key for Melbourne Storm. Harry Grant followed Brandon Smith.
This is our key. Our Tupou. Of action the first 6.5 minutes. Oh, launch another good surge. As it comes to Radley, linking up with Kieran. He's the centre Hutchison. Third game in the centres for the Roosters. But now, it's the Roosters looking good with the ball. And this is only tackle 4 with Verrills. Short side again. Kieran. On it goes Hutchison.
Oh, yeah.
Luke Kieran. His fingerprints all over it. Tupou the finish. And just like that, the game turns. Now it's the Roosters. 6-0 up.
Outstanding short side rate there by the Roosters. Luke Keary, direct, straightened things up, created the extra man on the edge, and How well did Drew Hutchison do? Doesn't spend much time in the centres, but the catch and pass for him to Tupou gave Tupou enough space, and then Tupou was too strong for Cameron Munster to handle. He was too close to the try line, almost impossible to stop. But we've gone from an Olam no try at the other end of the field, and the Roosters answering in the best possible fashion, carting the ball 100 metres to score late in the set.
That was Luke Keary's second attack down that short side. Just set up nice little play early to Drew Hutchinson. Reloaded back up, went back down, saw that Munster was fullback, came out of the line.
They did, but then they checked that the Storm, the Roosters handled them as well, but the Roosters knocked it back, and the Storm had it, and the Storm put their hand on it after the Roosters took their hand off, and the Storm knocked on the ball. Because the Storm knocked it on when he went to try and ground it.
Daniel Tupou is only 7 away from Anthony Minicello's all-time Roosters record.
Yeah, interesting to see Xavier Coates there and how he handled that defensively, and he went a low tackle on Drew Hutchison. That gave the Roosters player time to catch the ball and deliver it out to Tupou with the low tackle. So the ball and all effort.
Shut up! Someone got him out!
He the touchline. And that is a wonderful kick. And it's got the legs. Well, the Roosters are still up. 9 minutes into the contest. A wonderful start. A little bit of luck there avoiding that try at the other end. And boy, they have cashed in quickly afterwards.
Well, it was a good quick play the ball. And that got Keary time to go towards the Melbourne Storm defence. They started to backpedal, and Keary's just the sort of player that can take advantage of that situation.
Big leaders for the Roosters. Melbourne 1 from 3 with their completions. That's early problem with the Roosters. They're right getting it going. This time, doesn't quite bend the defensive line back as far. Roosters hit the hand error. Tupou in familiar second run. Last time they beat Melbourne, the prelim final of 2019 was wrapped up quickly. This was Solomona down the line, Hughes up top, Warrior Hargreaves follows up. Big wins for Melbourne in that run too. 2022 at the SCG, it was close. It was only in the last 10 minutes that the Storm really drew away. Walker from inside his own territory this time. That's so furious after they conceded that try. And the buzz has gone out of this Amy Park just for now as Coates nearly over the 20. Penalty, the second penalty for the Storm, and again, very, very handy.
Yeah, they needed it. They needed to get out of their own end. They had no ball down the other end. Only a couple of tackles where they almost grabbed the try through Olam off the kick. It to find touch.
It's a disaster. Well, it's all going wrong for the Storm here. Roosters up. Opportunity. Keary. Puppet master of the moment. Maria Hargreaves. Net put down here. Geez, Andy Bromwich went down awkwardly there. Geez, Andy's work come out early. There's a bit of ball play from Radley. Keary at the line. Tedesco with space. Impressive opening run from him. Now Lodge. Well handled this time, Kamakamita. To the open side for Keary. Inside for Radley. Oh, the try saver. Kenny Robbins. Massive tackle. Ball came out as well. Huge movement from the departing Storm second rower. Radley looked home.
Yeah, great ball playing again from Luke Keary. Got Radley into some space back on the inside.
Well,
Radley's claiming contact to the head, I think.
Roosters challenging on for the rulings and knock on. We're going to see this on contact.
Kenny Bromwich makes the low tackle. Falls into the tackle of Cameron Munster.
Cameron Munster makes high contact on Victor Radley. The challenge is successful.
Now this is an interesting decision. You go from 8 to 10. Given the way they're attacking, do you really try and bury them early in this contest?
Well, that's a smart challenge there from James Tedesco.
Thanks, mate. Penalty, guys, successful.
Yeah, Bradley came up 90 at the contact of the head and told James Tedesco, get it up. Sam Verrills with the ball in hand, they're going to attack.
Best thing, by the way, was for Radley to lose that ball. If he doesn't lose that ball, they can't challenge. One of the quirks in the system. So the Roosters really want to press home their advantage. Lodge. He comes from Curtis. On the cue, the double punch. Tedesco, Melbourne, Hutchison. And the Melbourne Storm slide across. Sebo with the tackle.
Daniel Tupou's in trouble on the left wing for the Roosters.
Here comes here to Martin. Oh, Mickey Bradley steaming onto it. The question's being asked here. Keary again. Oh, Lodge just a little astray that pass. Melbourne off the hook.
Bit too much pressure there on Matt Lodge for Luke Keary. Keary's done some great things so far in the game. But Lodge just not in the best position to pull that one in. And there's Daniel Tupou going off. That's a blow.
Sweeping play to left-hand side, and Hutchison got the ball. Here's a knock-on from Matt Lodge, but when Hutchison got the ball, he looked up, but Daniel Tupou was 4 metres behind play. And this is where it looked like the injury had happened. He ducked through a groin because he had it strapped, and he will not take any more part in this game.
And that's going to cause some sort of reshuffle for the Roosters. There's Moala threatening. Cut down. Going backwards here, north of Luna.
So Hutchison's gone to right centre, Joseph Manu to right wing. Swaliti has gone over the other side.
Another penalty that gets Melbourne out of a jam. Third time.
I think they'll take their time and kick on this occasion. Far behind touch the last time they got the penalty in this situation.
Is that an easy thing to adjust to, Cooper? Swaliti going to the other wing, Hutchison coming to the other side.
Yeah, so I think Joseph Manu is the key there because he's very adaptable, very flexible, and he'll go to the wing where he started his career. But definitely for Melbourne Storm, they got an opportunity now to go right. They really test out that side of the right side.
Once they came with their first opportunity down this end. Underneath big contact there. Bradley, Maria Hargreaves. That's for Solomon running wide. Well handled. Keary. 3 other Roosters getting involved. All over the big unit. Here's Robbins. Early ball for Munster. Now comes Samini. Giving a bit of space to Kenny Bromwich, but that space is closed down by Hutchison. Just outside the 10 for Norfolk Luca. Now Grant. Exploring. Hughes. A big right foot step from Nelson. Oh, and only 2 metres away. Maria Hargreaves the desperate tackle. Last play. Again, Hughes gets a terrible pass. Munster hitting it hoping. Badu. Oh, he wanted to get it on too. So an anticlimactic end of the set there for the Storm.
But they look dangerous there. They look very dangerous, both left and right. Big run from Asifa Solomon, only just pulled down short of the try line. So they just need some possession up this end of the field, which they've had very little of so far. Here's the run from Asifa Solomona.
2 sets, 1 disallowed try, and they're pretty close there. Down the middle, and he got away, and sent the pass to Collins. Oh, what a tackle! Jolting the ball It's a one-on-one strip. It'll do for the Storm, but it doesn't get them out of trouble for now.
Well, the impact from the bench immediate. Lindsay Collins going through after a nice one from Joey Manu. Collins supporting back on the inside. Only Cameron Munster can make that sort of tackle. A front rower on the bus coming straight at you, and he plays for the ball and almost comes up trumps.
10th steal. He has more than every other club except Brisbane, who have 10 themselves. So Cam Munster is his own club when it comes to stealing the ball. So Jesse Bromwich has been in wonderful form, but he's going to spend 15 minutes.
Cooper, Joey Manu moving to the wing won't take anything away from his game, as we just saw.
In fact, his touches might go through the roof. You'll have backyard carries and float around the middle of the field, as you just saw then, breaking through the middle third of the field. So Joseph Manu now will have more of an impact on this game, moving to the right wing. But that means that Drew Hutchison will defend inside him. There's a mismatch for Melbourne Storm on Olam. And on the other side, Angus Crichton is now defending at left centre. So that's where Nelson Asofa Solomona on man that's just come on your field. The Fusi can target.
Big inclusion for Melbourne after the last couple of weeks. And of course, bereavement comes into this game at a very important stage. Oh, that's a little loose. It's a knock on. Now they can challenge, so Beryl certainly wants to. Andy Youngster was, I think, echoing the Hawthorns, Greg Alexander.
Roosters challenging, 1 million knock on St. Helens.
Well, it come off his foot. No, I can only think that's... Keeps his hands away from it. It was an awkward rake back there from Lindsay Collins.
Just looking to see if Sam Verrills knocks the ball on from the scrum base.
You've got to think. I think the player knows when he hasn't knocked it on. He was confident.
He's checking for an alternate angle.
Pretty ugly, but is there a knock on?
The ball is heeled back. It continues to travel backwards. And then it's picked up cleanly by Sam Verrills.
That's two very smart challenges they've made.
And the players coming to the right-hand side. They had Luke Keary swinging around the right and Tedesco at the back. So they're just trying to create something down this right-hand side. See if they can get Manu in the right-hand corner.
Okay, with no scrum play here.
Play the ball.
So it's a dead ball. Basically, the scrum has been completed. Dead ball because what's going on here? What's going on here? Wow, Victor Radley, hand to the throat. Oh, this has bubbled up out of nowhere. Well, that almost looked comical to start, and then Victor got serious. The surprise is perhaps it's taken this long for tensions to bubble over. Okay, boy.
Place it for you.
That's over the crowd. Where Hargreaves gets up eventually. Lodge. His 8th run already. He's been dynamite. Geary. Walking the double pump. Crichton. Held on to. Fusi trying to chop the arm. That was Coates with first contact. Sebe there as well. Well, there's a audacious play. Barnett gets 6 more tackles. It's a genius play. Koswali'i. Lodge again. Oh, that ball's coming out. There's Munster there trying to just help it out too. He's right. Deep for Hugh. On to Tedesco. Now Hutchison off. Oh, cut in half. Well for Luma. Short side. Manu. And they woke up to that. Lee was there. And so was Olam. They're holding on well here, the Storm, with 2 plays left. Lodge. Out it comes. Walker. Crichton steps in field. Tedesco. Now Radley. Sizes it up. The kick. It's Kieran. On his own. It's Joey Manu. It is exquisite. It is another Roosters try. And Joey Manu off the back of a Luke Keary kick. And this lead balloons to 12-0.
Great vision there from Luke Keary to notice that Joey Manu was unmarked. David Norfoluma in a long way to try and cut it off. They go to the left side of the field. How does Lodge get the ball away? As he's falling, play continues. They keep it alive through Angus Crichton, who does a great job. Tedesco running backwards to find someone, as was Radley, and then Keary realises that Norfoluma is up and Manu is unmarked. Gets the kick spot on.
Amazing play from Luke Keary that goes coast to coast. The Melbourne Storm condensed their line, and it was the offload at the back that created it, but then the smart play from Victor Radley to get the ball in the hands of his gun 5'8", saw that Justin Olam was too far infield and floated a beautiful kick over to Manu, and the fact they went coast to coast, Melbourne Storm's defence condensed, and Keary just pulled the trigger.
Yeah, it dragged them across to the right side of the field. That left David Norfoluma on his own out the left. Crichton did an amazing job to zigzag his way in between defenders, and Radley was almost going to give it to Maria Hargreaves, who was there, but held up on the pass, got it to Luke Keary, the man that could do something with the ball, and there just wasn't enough Melbourne Storm players over there because they'd all been dragged to the other side.
What is frightening? They're going to be up 14-0, and the fullback James Tedesco has hardly had to fire a shot. Walker continues the streak of only just, but it'll do. It's the Roosters 14, Melbourne 0. Larry, you've got some big news.
Yeah, well, the Roosters have adjusted very well with that loss of Daniel Tupou to injury. Haven't let that stop them in this opening half. The Roosters have confirmed it is a groin issue for Tupou, and he looked to be in some great discomfort as he was making his way to the sheds.
Well, we're at that time of year where it comes to the question of how long and how many finals could it keep him out of. Now we Manu, a couple of tries just the last time they played. It's a lovely finish to a beautiful movement. And now Melbourne have got it ahead of them. 14 down.
Is that 4 or 5 hit-ups he's had from the kick-off, and everyone has been strong. He's had an amazing start to this game. Matthew Lodge, what a signing he's been.
Just his 7th game with the Roosters, but the impact is obvious. And now Barrels. And again, the Roosters ease it past halfway before the end of the set. Manu, he'll want to get rid of that. And that's brilliant. Now Collins, they've got 75 metres in that set of points. Close enough for an attacking kick. That's going to be a contest. Walidi on that wing. Nothing near it though, Xavier Coates. He's good under the high ball as well.
14-0 the Roosters, but dominant field position in the standing. A big shot there, but off the line quick was the Roosters. But 12 completed sets from Roosters to the Storm's 4 completed sets. His first 21 minutes. That's the difference at the moment because the Storm cannot get out of their own end.
Been some impressive sets put together by the Roosters, getting themselves out of their own end with ease. And so much so that they've been able to put attacking kicks in. We spoke about Lodge being great. Keary's made a great start to the game too. And what a difference he's made since returning after that ball was against the Melbourne Storm, where he had the head knock, missed 3 weeks. He's the key in terms of their ball play.
I'm probably back to that favourite left position in the field where he can go short sides or play long, so he's more in a comfort position as opposed to the other side of the field.
Oh, what an incredible stat that was. 83 tackles to 30. Well, the saving grace has been they look threatening when they've been close, and this hasn't been close often. Then going nowhere. Grant for Buster. Stars trying to get involved here. Bradley. Impressive run, but this is tackle 5 coming up. The final play. Grant wants 6 more tackles, fights Munster, and they stop him. Collins, Warrior Hargreaves. Munster went down awkwardly there. Seems to be okay. And getting no sympathy from the Roosters, and now that gets Nelson interested, and this has a little more venom. So Warrior Hargreaves and Asma Solomona. All of old Warriors. Looking quite intimate.
Yeah, round 24, what you don't want to do is get sent off, throw a punch, and
I think Munster's claim he had high contact with that last player, Harry Grant. He held on to the ball, waiting for the referee to have a look. Here it is, Harry Grant. Munster claims high contact there from Hargreaves. So he's laying down, holds on to the ball, wants to get checked at. Roosters want to play on. That's where Nelson and Victor Radley just become friends.
Everyone's going to their corners now as we continue to watch this replay. Munster surrounded. Now he gets some help from his friends.
So this will be a penalty against Hargreaves when it contact Munster. Penalty for the Storm.
Now, as everyone report seems, he already has 3 charges against him this year.
We've got a penalty for the high contact, Joe. Okay, listen. I've already spoken to you about Nelson. All right, he's come in, flared it up again, and he's been grabbing players. Listen to me. If he comes in again, or we get another melee, wait till the sit down. You got it? Yeah, and you need to talk to him. No more. Line in his head. Line in his head.
That'd be just had enough.
okay, big opportunity here for Melbourne.
This is when Melbourne Storm need to settle down and go back to their strength. They have the best left attacking edge in the competition, and Drew Hutchison is right centre. Old Drew Hutchison at some stages said.
For Solomona, but Warrior Hargreaves wanted it. Yeah. A little bit of niggle as well. Well, man, Adam G has set a standard, and he might have to stick to it. It took just 1 tackle for this to flare up. How does Adam G and the bunker deal with this? It's a bit of treatment once Asma Solomona was on the ground. Big alpha male Warrior Hargreaves.
Well, let's have a look at see exactly what happened. Nothing wrong with the initial contact.
Right, nicely. There's nothing like contact. Well, this is going to test the referee. He says
Absolutely he did.
184, I'm sending blokes to the bin.
So the only thing that happened here is Hargreaves.
Well, it can only be one in the bin.
Well, Nelson was on the ground this time. So, now, what is that? All right, we're going to lose players.
I think Hargreaves is going. Someone from Melbourne that came in to fire it up. He might just sit down too.
I understand they want to stand their authority, but there he goes.
So if Warrior Hargreaves is giving it the card, does a Melbourne player deserve to go to the bin? For Kenny Roberts. No. 13 on 12. And the door now wide open for the Storm. Oh, that Nelson. He gets the pass. Brendan Smith. The Storm, a huge chance. Oh, he's not now. Smith puts it down. And these celebrations of the Roosters. Worth Brandon Smith on tackle one. Up there too. Check it. I don't know why he really challenged that. Boy, that's a challenge, just waiting. Just waiting. That's one more. So Brandon Smith, he must have realised it himself. I don't know if he put it. Nelson. Against the foot? No, that can't be possible. Lara Pitt, you've got some news for us.
Yeah, and amongst all that drama, Jesse Bromwich has passed his HIA and he's about to come back into it.
Well, you want to be part of this.
Had a lot in 25 minutes.
If I were an average for the pacing he'll be doing in the dressing room, he'd bring up his 10,000 steps in 10 minutes. Now here's Barry Manu. 25 minutes gone. With Nelson, who taped up. Looks like that left eye's a bit of a problem there, starting to close up. Tedesco down the middle. Walker, that's not flush, but that might be good. No, beautifully taken by Xavier Coates. So Middleton, how adventurous are they going to be with the one-man advantage? Hughes. Yeah, followed by White. Yeah, Marion seven. Swarmed in a fight. Defence is ferocious from both sides. Getting off the line quick. Hutchison rushed up. That prevented Munster from keeping that ball going. Already 4 tackles gone. Munster is really having a frustrating time with the referee. Here's a spread. Seven. Limited space. To play a tackle for the Roosters. Coates into the backfield. Coates Tedesco. Tedesco. One tackle left. Kafusi. Grant. Another poor pass. But it's a contest. King's there. So is being but Manu. Too good, Joey Manu.
But that was brilliant from Joey Manu. Under the pump, the Roosters defence, and the kick from Jerome Hughes. Very skinny out here, the Roosters defensively, and Joey Manu on his own gets up above everyone to take the ball and get them out of trouble.
Yet again, good levers for the Tricolours. They worked his shots on, but they've had success. Keary, they came to Crichton eventually. A loose pass, but Gerald's is there. 30-metre line just in front of him. What an inclusion. 5 weeks out with a busted tube back. Walker. They're heading towards Coates. Riley's there as well. That's not forward. That's a knock on. So Coates, he had a crack at it, but he couldn't hold it in. Full pressure coming. Well, this will be devastating for Melbourne if they were to get seized while up the hill.
He played it, didn't he? Xavier Coates, well, he was in and around, but really didn't put that much pressure on Coates. He
just walked enough.
Just enough to put him off.
Roosters have excellent record, 12 on 13. 3 times this year, and they've outscored their opponents 6-0 every time. That's remarkable. The 18-year-olds running. Berry. Collins. 3 weeks he spent on the sidelines. Slow play the ball for Barrels. Now Radley. All over him is Eisenhuth. Barrels goes to Keary. To the front.
Roosters!
Sturdy defence this one for Matt to deal with. We delayed the pass from Collins. Tackle had to be made by Hughes. Last. Back for Radley. It's loose. And it's going to come away from Melbourne. It's going to be pulled up. Yeah, it's a Melbourne change over here. So they'll get the ball back and they had to survive that.
Yeah, good defence from Melbourne. Still now aggressive. They knew they had the extra number. And they were just wedging from the outside. And that pressure defence on Bradley on the last play summed up the solution of that set. So great defensive set from the Storm.
So as we understand it, Warrior Hargreaves is in the bin because of the niggle after the tackle on Nelson Astor Solomona. Oh, knock on! Jesse Bromwich puts it down.
Well, he can't quite believe it. Craig Bell here, Jesse Bromwich. There's been a number of errors down this end of the field that have kept the pressure on. They've only been able to get through 8 sets. Only 6 tackles up the other end of the field in Roosters territory. There's the drop ball from Bromwich, had it in his hands. A stack of possession for the Roosters down this end of the field.
Melbourne #1 in the premiership for completions. They've made 7 errors. Oh, this is big. 2 tries already. Chief Wilson came out for Hutchison. Customary 6 more. All 16 teams in unison commit that line. King there, Merrily Grant and Jesse Bromwich. Barrels. Now here. On forward, and Tedesco's tap on. Plenty work to do. He keeps it in. Oh, Tedesco. They lose 20 metres, but they hold the ball.
Well, they do. Boy, that was risky there. Joey Suaalii just had to get rid of the football, but there was plenty of Melbourne Storm players coming through on Tedesco.
The tackles left over Rugby from Hutchison working out on the wing, but that's a terrific tackle for Norfolk.
He's come up with a couple of big ones, Norfolk.
Shots up by Walker, delicate pass, Hutchison does all to stay in, and it gives them one last shot. Keary, loose again, and Tedesco makes it hard for Manu. Oh, Manu. Not even he can conjure his way out of that.
That was an ordinary set, an ordinary finish from Luke Keary. He's been one of the better players on the field to start this game, but how can you get the ball in the end goal and see if they get another repeat set? Throw the ball out the back and got the extra man advantage has just given Melbourne Storm a little win defensively for that period of time.
John running out though with the one-man advantage. And then Hargreaves now has been in the bin for about 5-6 minutes. Lucy. There, Keary was all over it. Boy, just 1 minute left. Warrior Hargreaves in the middle. Out it comes right past Jesse Bromwich. Oh, Meany! Not backwards. And a set restart here for Melbourne. That is timely. Josh King, game 100. Just happy to barge it up to the 20. They're not gone yet, Melbourne. And Xavier Coates scores. And just in the nick of time, they take advantage of the Sydney.
Well, they had them under all sorts of pressure through that set, both down the right flank and the left flank. The Roosters obviously struggling to man up, being a player down. Everyone on the inside played their part. Good hands in from Marion Seve. And short number. Short a number, all the Storm needed was a bit of field position, and they made plenty of metres through that set. Nice, quick passing there from the inside. They did their job, they engaged the defenders and created that space on the sideline.
It was the last opportunity for the extra man advantage, and it was at 6 again. Very telling 6 again. The Melbourne Storm got from the Roosters being offside. Allowed Melbourne Storm to reset the left side of the field, and they got their 3 gun players together. It was once the first receiver, out the back to Hughes, and they just had a look. This is the mismatch here. Fusi gets the ball, and as Crichton leans in, and it's good hands there from Seve from Coates to get the crucial try from Melbourne Storm.
Well, there's no doubt they have the Storm next. So, mission accomplished there. Xavier Coates getting over to make it 14-4. It's been a dominant Roosters display. 2 tries to 1. 2 tries to 1. As Coates gets his 13th in Melbourne colours.
Even when it was 13-13, Melbourne have shown enough that if they get some field position, they can certainly trouble the Roosters. The ball movement has worried them, and when good players link, they're always a chance.
Familiar stats there. Most right-footed kickers, this is the spot they find troublesome. Mean on the tight angle. It's a good looking kick. 14 points to 6. And a crucial 6 minutes coming up as Melbourne try to bridge this gap. Munster for Hughes. As Kafusi set it on. Nice movement there from Melbourne. And that gives this crowd something to get excited about. Maria Hargreaves about to re-enter. There it is. I reckon he won't want an early shot in defence here. Watson in the game there first to meet him, and Takaraho there as well. So was Verrills. Here's Maria Hargreaves with the help of Hutchison and also Butcher into Bromwich Jason. Tackle 2. Eddie follows up. There's a bit of movers for the Storm. That's going to get the crowd interested. I think it was Taukeaho reached out because Maria Hargreaves was offside running backwards. So Taukeaho got him. It was awkward, that's for sure. But legal, according to the ref, here's the kick from Munster. No Daniel Tupou injured, and that's caused a reshuffle, which doesn't seem to bother the Roosters at all. There's the VB hard-earned index, and Murray playing a lot of them, getting through his runs and scored a try as well. 9 runs, 90 metres. As usual, stack the tackle bust. Well, here's a rare penalty for the Roosters. It's been the Roosters giving those sorts of penalties away, but here they receive.
That's a 9th penalty for this half. Both teams just allowing the opposition out of their end pretty easy. It allows the best 2 attacking teams in our competition to start falling into their rhythm. So watch the Roosters here come up with a set play, as they'll end up near the try line at some stage in the back end of the set.
Let's get Nelson on now. Good place for the Roosters to start. Nakaraha. 2 of the bench players from there. It's a great moment, but a couple of times his hands have been a little problematic. Trying to get out of the hands of Butcher around the greens. Just over the 30. Connor Watson sitting down the middle. Cleaned up by Eisenhuth with meters though. Now that's a welcome. The kick which is shot down and hasn't been played at. No, it has not by Korfusi. Turns into a good play. tackle. Kieran, Amy and Coates again for the lead. No, Coates this time wins the battle. Melbourne here, their work cut out. Seven trying to get into the 10.
Kick just not high enough there for Swarinki to get himself into the contest. Xavier Coates did a good job. Under pressure, had to take it.
Oh, he's huge. Almost something out of nothing. Trying to get back in there for Jesse Bromwich. Oh, stuck here on their 30 as a result of that kick hitting the Storm in the corner. So now they need the big boot of Munster. Oh, he doesn't strike that well at all. But it's off the battle. Off the liver, putting the pressure on Manu, who is impervious to pressure. Joey Barker.
Nelson's back on the field, so it's only a matter of time that Nelson and Jared come together at some stage in this set.
All that's ball, play the ball. And it's a knock-off. And the Storm might just have the last say in this first half.
Well, 2 minutes left, just under 2 minutes left on the clock, and the Storm will get the ball. Awkward angle, just kicks it forward instead of backwards. So, Storm with an opportunity now to reduce this 8-point gap.
Not much for Hutchison to argue there. Well, 35 metres out of this could change the complexion of the contest completely. Hughes breaking to the left, and that's where it goes. He's got Nofaluma. Hughes delays the pass. Nofaluma inside Manu. Then Hutchison. But they sweep across well. O'Brien offload. Now Grant. Oh, he bounced off quickly like a pinball. Storm so close. Hughes starting to make his mark on the game, and he's a penalty. If there wasn't 1 minute left, you'd say they'd probably take the kick.
There's the shot from Victor Radley on Justin Owen.
If it was close to the side, but there is still a minute, so there is an option.
Well, there's a set in it.
What can they do then and make it a one-score game, which is probably not a bad result considering the opening of this contest.
I think we've seen, even with 13 players on the field, I think we can see how short for speed they are on the edges, the Roosters. Drew Hutchison and Angus Crichton playing in the centres just haven't got the speed to go with Seve or Oliver.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times in this first half. Seve get on the outside, Crichton, and off that scrum play right there, it was a threat of Justin Holland running inside shoulder on Hutchison. And they swung Jerome Hughes around the back, so they looked in trouble, the Roosters then. So I think that's a decent play or a decent result for the Roosters to have 2 points now going to half time, because Melbourne were on the charge and they looked like they were going to score that set.
You always take the attitude to do what the opposition doesn't want you to do. Meany nailed on from the sideline, so naturally no problems here. Well, if it's not obvious, finals have come early. This is a cracker. And tensions are running high. Half time at Amy Park. We're going to see plenty more of that man in the second half. It's the Roosters 14, the Storm 8.
Fireworks in the first half certainly delivered on the big energy down at Amy Park, and it wasn't without its controversy. The Roosters are dialed up for this one as they fight to keep their top 8 spot alive. Corey Parker, Gordon Tallis, they may lead 14-8 at half-time, but this struck with a neck hold from Victor Bradley on Nelson Solomona. This is where really began.
Yeah, the two alpha males on both sides there. You see Jared and Nelson going at it. Jared spent 10 minutes in the bin after this incident. This here, it was brewing for some time, and Big Nelson just took after Big Jared, who loves the contest, loves the physicality. It's a terrific game of football. The middle of the field, some of the hits are ferocious, and some of the body contact has been first class. There's no doubt semi-finals has come early.
Yeah, it's outstanding, isn't it? There's a fair bit of feeling. That's what you want. Big crowd, two big heavyweights going at it, throwing punches at each other. Mate, I love it. I love feeling. I love that they care about their teammates, and you're not going to do this or that. And Vic doesn't back, and Big Nelson, your game to take on someone, 6'5" or 6.
He's big.
He's big, but they are.
It's so exciting. It's a sellout at Amy Park. This is the energy, this is the excitement that the fans are excited for. We have a massive first half analysis coming your way. There was plenty of action from Amy Park, and it's all coming up next on Fox League.
Take betting to the next level with the fully loaded Punters Toolbox. Packed with new tools to give you more control on your favourite racing and sporting codes. Get more excitement and have more freedom to bet your way. The Punters Toolbox, exclusive to Neds. Take it to the next level.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Quarter pounder with bacon and a Macca's glass. Free with any medium or large quarter pounder range meal.
At Harvey Norman, upgrade again with an Intel-powered Acer laptop. Work and play hard with this Acer Nitro 5 and save $395. Boost your processing power with this Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop and save $800. Enjoy smooth and detailed visuals with this feature-packed Nitro 5 and save $800. Or step up to the Predator Helios 300 with high-speed storage and obliterate the competition. See more of the range now at Harvey Norman.
With amplified premium fuels and down-charge electric vehicle charging rolling out across Australia, Ampol powers our way of life. Ampol, Australia's own.
Grab a great deal for Dad this Father's Day at Telstra. Save up to $200 off selected 5G phones with your favourite Google apps. Offer ends August 29th.
Bet365 have come a long way since we became the world's favourite online betting company. We now stream over 150,000 live sporting events a year. Our latest feature lets you search thousands of markets at the touch of a button. Download the app and see for yourself. Why Bet365 is #1.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Hard work there, Wilfred.
Gonna be a long day.
Hold out.
Coming up. Nice one.
Average return of 9.25% per annum for the past 37 years. It's good to know your money is working as hard as you.
Not long now.
Cbus Super, making hard work pay off.
Your Majesty.
Speak.
The new pyramid? It fell over again. And your same game multi? Got up.
You little ripper. $15, baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Super Saturday's triple header tomorrow comes your way live on Fox League. The action from 2:30 p.m. before the Tales of Corey Parker. As we take a look at the Ford Ranger first half highlights, Corey, it was clear from the kickoff that this game was going to live up to the hype, and it was the Roosters who crossed first.
Yeah, it certainly was. We spoke about it in the pre-game about the physicality about these two teams. If you want that, just sprinkle in a little bit of Lawrence, Worry, Hargreaves, Bradley for the Roosters, and on the other side, Nelson, Kafusi, and also Brendan Smith, and you will get exactly what we're seeing here. These two teams are playing for keeps. There's 75 games to come for both these sides. They've got plenty to play for right now. Some wonderful football being played there. We see Manu going across for the try. 14 points to 8 as we see. A little high shot go down there. Wasn't the first one of the half, but Gordy, the physicality, particularly in the middle third, is exactly how you want it.
Yeah, the first half it looked like the Roosters had a little bit more to play for, and they do. There's still a chance of them fighting to stay in the top 8. Like their line speed was fantastic. They got a couple of penalties against them. You see that shot there on Big Nelson. And I think the Roosters went to Melbourne to rattle their cage. Like 7 at home and really come away with bumps and bruises. And that's what they need to do. All big boys, I reckon they got the circle, whether it's Thursday or whatever, Big Derek goes, this is what they're going to do. And he's led the way, and therefore...
Brilliant, yeah. I mean, Robbo's got his big boys in the corner. He's going with a bit of raw meat. He's in the middle third. So that you guys go after it. You haven't had a good feed in a few days. He's ripped and tear here. But what they've been able to do to Melbourne Storm in that opening 40 minutes has been quite remarkable. They had a player in the bin. They've gone after Melbourne. As Gordy just touched on there, they have dead set up in their cage. They're up in their face. They're frustrating what the Melbourne Storm are doing. If you see the Seabass Super stats there, pretty even at the end. I mean, at different periods, teams had more share of possession, but I mean, there's 40 more minutes of what we just saw in that first half. We're in for one hell of a delight.
The Roosters are up by 6 at the break. They are a chance to actually finish the season in 4th position if they get a win tonight and have other sides go their way across the round. Who do we think is going to kick on with this one though? Will Melbourne come back or the Roosters come post?
Right. Melbourne ain't going. Trust me, it's got something to happen what they're playing for. You saw the guys that are leaving. Melbourne won't go away. And the Roosters have a 9 turns of ball, 27 tackles on their line. Melbourne will get their share.
Hey, let's just hope it goes to extra time, extra time, and we just keep going the way these two teams are going out. It's one hell of a contest.
A golden point thrill, perhaps you heard it here first from Corey Parker. Let's see how the second half unfolds. It's coming your way right after this from Amy Park.
Your Majesty, the new pyramid, it fell over again. And your same game multi, caught up.
You little ripper!
Make it a same game multi and get bigger odds with Sportsbet.
Gamble responsibly.
Grab a great deal for Dad this Father's Day at Telstra. Save up to $200 off selected 5G phones with your favourite Google apps. Offer ends August 29th.
With amplified premium fuels and downcharge electric vehicle charging rolling out across Australia, Ampol powers our way of life. Ampol, Australia's own.
Kia, movement that inspires. It's the everyday moments together that matter most when your child is seriously ill. You can help family life carry on at Ronald McDonald House Charities. Donate today.
At Harvey Norman, upgrade your game with an Intel-powered Acer laptop. Work and play hard with this Acer Nitro 5 and save $395. Boost your processing power with this Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop and save $500. Enjoy smooth and detailed visuals with this feature-packed Nitro 5 and save $800. Or step up to the Predator Helios 300 with high-speed storage and obliterate the competition. See more of the range now at Harvey Norman.
There's only ever two. One who keeps things nice and neat.
They're quite intriguing. Then there's a different beast, marching to a savage beat. Followers left in dusty heaps. These ones leave the rules in pieces. The next generation full Rachel Doctor.
Your Majesty.
Speak.
The new pyramid? It fell over again. And your same game multi? Got up!
You little ripper.
Paying $15, wasn't it?
Greens hits, baby.
Make it look easy. With Sportsbet's same game multi, combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
House of the Dragon, Mondays at 11 on Fox Showcase. Or watching 4K Ultra HD only on Foxtel.
If it's not obvious, the Melbourne Storm and the Sydney Roosters do not like each other. Nelson Asma Solomon and Javaria Hargreaves were in the thick of it. Victor Radley, though, wasn't going to stay away, but it was Jarrett and Nelson who left the chance for their teams. 14 points to 8. It's the Roosters. They were up by 14 points. Now it is a one-score game. This is an enormous 40 minutes, maybe a few minutes more, coming up not just for the Storm and the Roosters. Parramatta, they are sweating on Melbourne to go down. If that happens next Thursday, it's the Storm and the Eels, a top 4 playoff. Cowboys and Cronulla, very handy for them if Melbourne lose. That keeps their top 2 chances, well, very much alive and it strengthens them. But then down the bottom, South, Brisbane, Canberra,
Mum.
would love to see the Roosters go down. We'll be cheering on the Melbourne Storm tonight.
In the finals, Mum, if the Storm loses this one, the Eels and the Storm are playing for a top 4 spot. And whoever wins, and if... Mum, you Suzanne Miller? Susan. So next Thursday, the Storm and the Parramatta Eels are playing for top 4 spot. And whoever wins takes on the Panthers in week 1 on the finals. And that mean the Cowboys and Cronulla might take on each other in the finals.
Drew Hutchison is in the centres on the other. We saw the Melbourne Storm at the back end of that half get some possession and really trouble the outside edges of the Roosters' defence.
I think that's the key for this second half. Obviously, the physicality through the middle third, which can get the upper hand there, but Drew Hutchison defended on the right side of the field up against Justin Moore, and it's definitely a beacon where the Melbourne Storm will go. If they go the other side, well, then Seve speed on the outside of Angus Crichton. So if the Roosters can defend those positions, they might go and win. But the Melbourne Storm can attack them, they just might come over the wet side.
Well, they did that against the Roosters at the SCG a few weeks ago. In fact, the Roosters have one loss this year when leading at half-time. It was against Melbourne. They only led by 2 at the break that night. Here they lead by 6. Here we go. North Luma needs to bring it back here. 13 on 13. Around Hargreaves and turning just before the end of the first half. Kenny Roach, followed up by the big fella Nelson Asma Solomona, and that's an imposing first run for him in this second half. Tommy Eisenhuth, been in the side since round 19. They struggled for meters early, if you remember. This has been a good start this second half for the Storm. Jesse Bromwich took a knock, but back now. Hughes, really trying to set himself there. No problem for Swaliki. Straight into Big Nelson, leading there as well. The Roosters tries to Manu and Tupou. It was Xavier Coates, a much needed try for the Storm. Manu, Holland trying to rip it out. Walker in a day now. Matt Butcher. Tedesco running out of dummy half, just his third run for the game. Here's Verrills now going for a gallop. Much like the first half, Roosters making it beyond the halfway pretty comfortably. Watson there at dummy half. Walker kicking. And that will not present a problem for Munster. He can't pass because of the rushing defence, so he'll do it on his own.
Hasn't got a big kick on him, Sam Walker, but he needs to do better than that. 40 metres out, you need to be troubling the back three, and that's
Actually,
an
Mum.
easy one for Cameron Munster.
Hey, Mum. I actually want the Eels to lose next Thursday because I do not want the Eels to play the Panthers and we've won the finals.
Messages keep discipline, keep their physicality, really happy with their strong kicking game, just wants them to keep scoring in down there. And Craig Bellamy positive considering the Roosters had 70% of the ball early. The big emphasis from his point of view was on how they start the second half.
Yeah, great pass, oh, it's been clean. Well, it was ugly, but not forward. That's a better play, that's Munster keeping it going. Now Hughes, good pass Rattler. Good pass Murray Hargreaves. Oh, the around the corner pass was just too hard. And now Walker for the Roosters.
Boy, he's a dangerous runner with the ball. Jerome Hughes, the footwork there and just the speed off the end of the mark, the acceleration almost right in behind the Roosters' defence. The pass didn't find its mark, but again, the Melbourne Storm looked dangerous when they got the ball.
Oh, Tedesco. It's obvious he's really going to try and stamp his mark on this second half. 2 runs already. Connor Watson carries it over the 40. This is only tackle 3. Keeps it going. Now it's Tedesco. Getting away from Jesse Bromwich. Starting to really ask some questions here, the Roosters, marking down the short side. Back for Butcher. Walker backing back, then straightening. Then again, they kick from close range once it comes out to Kieran. And here we go. Twalini, bumped off it. Seve, legally. That's a terrific play from the Storm Centre. Backs up with a strong run, but the defence was stronger. Slow to get up, it seems okay. Again, this will prove it to be tough going for the Storm. Maybe it coats. It's a good find for Jesse Bromwich. Munster keeps it going for me. Teddy Bromwich now, for Justin Odd. Walking down low with first contact. Hutchison and Butcher up top. Now it's Munster. Yeah, pretty comfortable one. It's Maliki. The Roosters only 15 short of halfway. If they lose upended. We'll get to see even Butcher for the Roosters, for the Storm Trek the Aero yet to make an appearance. Careful, almost lost that. That's well to hang on. And 6 more.
Oh, sweet Joe, free lolly. She wants some?
Hang on the floor's web page.
Compared to 1.
You heard it?
Now get your white ass back in your room.
Who said my ass was white?
Likely pass.
Make me.
Tedesco. Oh, Eisenhuth. That's a terrific tackle from the veteran.
I reckon this game I got to go on point tonight.
Here's Crichton. Centre up to the challenge again. The help of Coates. Duggararo dummy half. Maria Hargreaves first receiver. Radley on to Walker. Walker for Tedesco. Green comes in. Connor Watson. Keeps it going. Hughes got there first. But it's 6 more for the Roosters. We know to go back 10 metres.
They needed a quick play the ball. That's what they needed, the Roosters. They got the bit of luck. Jerome Hughes knocking the ball on in the career Hargreaves. Full set though.
So that Butcher coming on 4 tries. Underground. Don't play the Bradley. Keary. Got the Christmas pass. Crichton, no stands in the tackle. Leaking it was Malini. Oh, what a violent step that is on Eisenhuth.
And Mum, I want the Storm to be the Eels next week because I just don't want I absolutely do not want the Eels to play the Panthers in the finals.
Storm survive. Watson with the error. Huge moment for Melbourne.
He did the wrong play to get the ball there in front of Watson.
Can you shut up?
Just fumbled it as he went into the tackle or went down in the tackle.
Looking in from Kenny Bromwich, but he was 1-on-1, so he entitled to do that.
A fast-moving, physical defence from the Melbourne Storm is a big reward for what was 20-odd tackles out defending the run in from the Roosters. So if they can accelerate and get a good kick here, that's a real good way to start the second half.
Harry Grant.
Xavier Coates came up with some big defensive plays during that time that the Roosters had all that ball. Got big stops.
There was a tackle which we might go back to on Solly. That's the sort of moment coming down in a very awkward manner. That's what the punter's attention. You see things that come from that. Ludwig Nelson. Football 3 where he plays it. So we track the hero and we get that under his belt. Oh, sharp play the ball. Now much on the run. That was so well read. That was Barrels and Matt Butcher. On the last. Hughes, that's Harry. Swalini. Oh, Xavier gets that wrong.
Give it a rest. Give it a rest.
And Mr. Swalini went down hard. He knew straight away, Xavier Coates, that he put his opponent in harm's way.
Well, courageous take there from Joseph Swaley. He hit the ground hard though.
So he tried to stop his run, didn't he, Xavier Coates, but in the end, the collision was unavoidable. Doesn't look so bad from those angles, does it, from the Xavier?
I just think, what did help Xavier Coates, he wasn't quite sure where the ball was, or Swahili. He was just, he just took his legs from under it, but Joseph's up.
Brandy is the first to commit the Swahili crime. We're all going to fall victim at some stage as we get used to the new pronunciation.
It's late in the season there.
It's time to late change. What a wonderful player he's been for the Roosters. Up to Madeline after this. Now it's Radley with a right foot step. Barrels.
Mum.
From the get-go.
How did Mum? Susan.
Certainly rolling his sleeves up.
And Mum.
It's coming in the 27th minute.
Mum.
Out it goes to Kieran.
That remote for some reason broken. Why is it like that?
What?
Why is the remote like that with that little crack?
David Brown and give him one last play. Barrels looking short side, going open side. Walker. Brandon Smith rushing up and it opens up. Oh, it's a nice bounce for Meany, but he's short. Melbourne again. Start a set from inside their 10. 2 tries to 1. No change to the half-time score. Oh, Waller! Boy, did well to get out of the way there. Seeing that big guy Zuzu in the form of Warrior Hargreaves coming straight at him.
Well, we're past the 10-minute mark of this second half and they get a penalty. The Melbourne Storm, I was just about to say, they only had 2 tackles the other side of halfway. Very much like the first half where the Roosters dominated possession, field position early in the match. They had done in the opening 10 of this second half as we see Olam just slipping. Unfortunately for Olam, he slipped down low enough to evade just about everything.
And this is the part where the Melbourne Storm need to get their attack right, because they can go, someone's on the ball, Jared Hargraves, but they can go left here. They've got Sam Walker and Drew Hutchinson defending next to each other. And that's the strong left-hand side of the Melbourne Storm.
I'll remind you again, he has been charged 3 times this year. There's no guarantee he's going to be charged there. Something to keep in mind. There's Kenny Bromwich running hard. Now the error. He's got a back penalty here. And almost to the 20 on tackle 3. Grant, open side. Brandon Smith wants to do it on his own. Warrior Hargraves rushing up again. Trying to put a big hit on. Oh, beautiful play the ball. Grant goes for it. Harry Grant. Almost there. Last play. Hughes steadies himself. Beautifully weighted, and Sam Walker has got nowhere to go. And this will be the first line drop out of the night.
Again, it's that combination. Brandon Smith, just a bulldog with the ball in hand, gets a quick play the ball. And Harry Grant, Luke Keary comes flying out of the line. And Harry Grant almost gets there, but it was Hargraves and Tedesco, the last line of defence.
Warrior Hargraves coming off the cool down.
Well, it took Hargraves with a big stop there on Brandon Smith to save a try.
That's too deep. Crowley, he had no chance. Melbourne set up camp inside the 20. On the eyes of Booth, just happy to march into the 10. Grant for Hughes. Hughes to Meany. Oh, that's a great tackle. Seth Walker saves a try. Kenny Bromwich looked over and hose for a split second. Now Harry Grant. Just happy to underarm into Felice Kafusi. Take the tackle. Make their move perhaps on this play. Grant to Brandon Smith. Munster. Oh, Hutchinson slipped over, but they can't take advantage. Final play. That's a bad play the ball. It's a bad play the ball. And it is a knock-off.
It's a scrum.
Very big tackle from Sam Walker, that set on Kenny Bromwich, but that right edge of the Roosters looks a little shaky. Munster, Meany, Grant all starting to warm to that edge. But a beautiful legs tackle, 1-on-1, 3 metres from the line from Sam Walker to save a try.
That was a classic legs tackle from the halfback. And you're right there, it didn't look like Kenny Bromwich was scoring the try for all money.
Just keep in mind, both sides have their challenges remaining. Roosters 2 from 2. Melbourne having attempted to use theirs yet. The tension is palpable. Egan Butcher coming off a barnstorming game against the West Tigers. Takaaho, his 8th run.
And they're 3 good runs to get them out of trouble there. The Roosters, they get themselves up onto the 40.
And a penalty as well. This has been the theme of the night. Easy meters for the Roosters and quite often penalties as well.
Penalties certainly favour the Melbourne Storm, but the set restarts favour the Roosters heavily. 6-1 the set restarts. Penalties are 8-5.
Well, it's the 5th penalty for the Roosters. I dare say all of them have been in that advantage for getting out of trouble. Oh, Watson, problematic. Then the pass to Butcher. Slammed to the ground by Sennett. All of a sudden, the Roosters knocking on the door. Keary on the right this time. Just happy to distribute for Rattler. As they open up the left, and Keary's waiting. Keary gets it. Now for Walker. Out for Egan Butcher. And the Storm are waiting and ready. Now comes down to Rattler. Keary to the front and that Butcher. But again, the reading of the Storm has been excellent. Back to the open. Keary. Walker. the harbour bridge. Salini, what to do? D strong. Oh, he almost got there. He had no right to get that close. And it took all of Hugh's strength to keep him out. So, in fact, they're calling it held up.
Yeah, got to go back 10. He was across the line. He was sitting over the line. That's why he's gone back to the 10 line.
Oh, it's a loose pass for Walker, but he steadies. That is easily swallowed up by Munster. That's underwhelming to finish.
We've seen Morgan and try saying, well, Jerome Hughes, an even better tackle one-on-one at the left wing for the Roosters. And there's no doubt the Melbourne Storm defensively in their goal line look a lot more solid than the Roosters do defending their own goal line.
So the Storm getting their white penalty. As we watch here,
Great save. It's Jerome Hughes.
how many players tonight have just put their body on the line to save potential tries? Not everything this contest. There's still 23 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Grant in the middle here. They set up their first try with a wonderful play, but it was disallowed, of course. That was very early in the night. Meany and dummy half. Well, Brandon Smith wasn't ready, so Meany went himself. Now Brandon, gets it straight into the tummy of Trent Vieira. As the Roosters now looking to get a little adventurous. Watson on halfway with a full set to play with.
Yeah, that looked a lot messier than it should have been there. No one with their eye on the ball from the Melbourne Storm.
So it's a Desto look. The side where Corvusi and Vieira are defending. Now it comes secure. Secure to right. Right with a Manu. He's holding it in one hand, but a terrific tackle there for with Meany there also. So still on the 20. Bradley. A lot of sideways movement from the Roosters. They're going from side to side. No one's really straightening things up. Here's the Desto. On it goes that clock. Tommy! He got there! Unbelievable! They've got to check grounding, and this one out.
That was not a fucking try, because they held him up.
I think he may have got there and then I think he may have grounded it, but then as he grounded it, the ball came up.
Crashes into the in-goal area. Xavier Coates with what looks like a great save.
Oh, I think he did ground it.
I think so too.
I think it's hit the ground for sure.
I think he did got there.
Substantial evidence. Looks pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, that's grounded.
Joseph Suwali runs the ball in the in goal.
And Brady called it. The Roosters were going sideline to sideline. And they got the ball at the back. And the only straight runner with a little bit of intent and aggression was Swali. He got the ball one-on-one with Coates and just said, good luck trying to stop me. Because Jerome Hughes did it about 5 minutes earlier. But Coates couldn't get his body in front. This young Tarawa just too physical with the try line inside. Here it is. Sideways action. But just watch the intensity and aggression in which Swalini gets the ball and just moves on the footy.
And Angus Crichton inside him straightened things up as well. So just took Marion Seve out. And that gave Swalini the shot on his own with Xavier Coates, and he was good enough to get the ball in the in-goal area. But before that, it was a lot of left to right, going across the field, passing the ball, but no one really taking the defence on.
He joins Tubo again, 15 tries apiece. They've got 1 try apiece tonight. Every time we see him play, we point out he's still a teenager. The strength of this kid is phenomenal.
Yeah, Angus Crichton playing out the centres, just does his job here, just engages Marion Seve, and that's enough. And that's all Swalini needed, just the one-on-one. It's been a great battle between these two.
See, they got them on. There's a try.
Coates and Swalini. Walker. It's all tested. It's all test the kicking stroke. Now the Roosters have steadied. That is looking okay until it slams the woodwork. 10 the margin, 20 to play. Joseph Suala, his first season, his first full season just gets better and better. Watch another angle here. Cut out from Tedesco, the Crichton pass. Hard to fault Xavier Coates.
The second half's got the same storyline as the first. The Roosters have dominated a lot more possession, a lot better completion rate. The territory definitely in the Roosters' favour. So the thing is about the Melbourne Storm, can they get the ball down? Because they look like they're more of a threat scoring a try when it gets the goal line.
Well, here's an odd stat. They've been playing here at Amy Park for 13 years. Tonight, just the 14th occasion they tried like 14 at any point in the game to score. Last time was way back 2020, the weekend after the first COVID lockdown ended. That's the last time they've been down, or were down by 14 at home. Tedesco certainly been more involved in the second half. Oh, it opens up for Crichton. And now Farrells has got room to move. And the pass. Fury linking up with Radley. Another superb set after points. Walker. Fury coming through, so is Maliki. Oh, this time he has a shot at it. Comes back for Manu. It's wild for now. Although Adam G, yeah, he was waiting to see how that unfolded. Roosters not gone.
And one of their better attacking kicks, that one. Sam Walker getting that high enough so Swalini can get himself into the contest, almost pulled it off.
The Roosters 10 for 11. That sort of completion.
Mum, the Melbourne Storm suck.
But tonight, much better. There's Smith. There's a welcoming committee there. Takayaho, Radley, even Butcher as well. Jesse Montgomery brought the punch on it. Kusi. Here it comes. Confused. Second. Now Coates. Oh, he runs up on the top. Leaky just doesn't know. Good set from Melbourne. Munster. Manu under pressure, puts it down. And it's Melbourne ball. Well, even the great Jerry Manu can make an error occasionally. Oh, another big moment of this game right here. Jesse Bromwich caught in no means land, but only tackle one. Storm, we've seen that they have been troublesome for the Roosters this close. Callaghan leads them, thundering his way to the line. But the quartet there, and in pretty well covered. Two, he's going to come back to the 10. And even that's not really 10. Munster. Hughes. 7. That's off Swalini. And yes, that's how the referee indicates.
That took a tackle from Joseph Swalini. Came in off his wing to make the stop on Marion Seve. He got on the outside then of Angus Crichton. Just watch. They are very vulnerable on the edges, on the extreme edge. He was gone. And they were running out of room, but Swalini made the decision, backpedaling, then makes the stop.
Bradley coming across, maybe he was going to save it, but it's a full set. Got the left side stacked nice and deep. And that's where it goes. From Smith to Hughes, and Hughes to Munster. Now Meany goes to front man with a forward pass. And Olam shows his frustration. A big let-off for the visitors.
A huge let-off for the visitors. There's no doubt that they were under pressure with a big sweeping play to the left-hand side. That was normally Olam. He gets his timing absolutely spot on every time. Ran over the mark, meaning through the forward pass. Melbourne Storm had to capitalize capitalised on that because they had limited opportunities, only limited plays inside the opposition 20, and they've turned the ball away again.
Yeah, he would not be happy about the amount of errors they've made. 12 errors, and they've made them at both ends of the field too. They've released the pressure through errors, and they've let the Roosters out their own end through errors.
This is a cracker tonight, but we've got some big games tomorrow. Saturday, as Watson goes to ground. Canberra, by 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, could be in the 8. But as you Canberra fans well know, you can't get them the points yet. But they've got a very winnable game against, well, they'll see it as winnable against Canberra. That's 3 o'clock, another big Saturday afternoon game. Had a few of those of late. The middle game, Cronulla versus Canterbury. The Sharks could be playing for top 2. That's at 5:30, and then the big one, and what a big one it is, South Storm, Queensland. Cowboys certainly playing for top 2. And South, well, they haven't booked their ticket to the finals just yet either. What the Roosters tonight. So it's a crackerjack. Super
Yeah, boy.
15 to go. Hughes at the back.
No, you suck. You absolutely suck, Melbourne Storm. They suck. What do you call that? Getting beaten by the Roosters so... Oh my, that's so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing.
Storm coming home. Munster to cover Kabisa. And again they try and put him through. But again the Roosters up to the challenge. Greg, short side. Kenny Bromwich keeps it going. They're back to Storm.
You suck, Storm. You absolutely trash.
They're not going away.
Well, they had the Roosters from the Jerome Hughes run, and Hughes, what a player he is, hitting a hole, opening up the Roosters defence, getting the Storm in great position. They then shifted left. Just watch Hughes hitting the space, gets away from Angus Crichton, beats Connor Watson, sets up Cameron Munster with a good pass. Terrific tackle from Sam Walker from behind. But then a couple of plays later, Kenny Bromwich gets to the line, and all the defence have gone.
Oh, they might have to check that. They might have to check that. Oh, now it's confirmed.
You see there was no problem. That was all momentum and a quick decision by the bucket to confirm. Certainly no double movement from Nick Lee.
A crucial play for that was the offload, the quick pass out of back from Bromwich. Low tackle from Hutchison, low tackle from Walker, and the space was there for Nick Meany to dive through. But Kenny Bromwich, his last home game for Melbourne Storm, has come up with a huge play out back. Poor choice of tackle from the Roosters, but an outstanding effort from Kenny Bromwich to keep the ball alive, and here comes the Melbourne Storm.
What a run for Hughes. Opened them up the other side of halfway it was. Reasonably quick play the ball, and he just ran into the space. Great evasive skills to beat a couple of defenders.
If he makes this, it's the closest they've been since the 9th minute. Trial by 6 at the break. Meany. 18-14. This looks like it might just go down to the line. Still playing for top 4. Roosters trying to lock in a spot in the finals and get themselves a home elimination final. That's what the prize is.
Can you shut up, Suzanne Miller?
Sweating on the Roosters to hang on as well.
You suck, Melbourne Storm.
Up by 4 and giving them their 2 points.
Shut up, don't give a shit about you. Yo, Steve! Mum wants you. Dad, Mum wants you.
I didn't want to call.
Lodge's back. He was magnificent in the first hit of the game. Hammer can meet that.
Dad, Mum wants you.
small in a pond. Rogers loitering and Brownlow slip past. Nothing adventurous in this set for the Storm. Still so much time to go. Now Hughes. Holmes has got his skates on here, but no confidence slowly.
Great tackle, Harry said. Yeah, he thought about going down that touchline there, but very quickly changed his mind. Smart Iggy. And back in field.
Oh, that's a big penalty. That is a big penalty against Nelson. And it's got Craig Bellamy pacing.
So for Solomonis, come down with an elbow or forearm or some inscription on Angus Crichton. Here it is here.
Not much in that. I've seen plenty worse.
Well, Angus Roosters fans still winding up about where Hargreaves getting set to begin with. The Storm fans looking back going, what bullshit.
It's more discipline from Solomon because they had the Roosters on the rack. They needed generating. Craig Bellamy knows it. Now they're going to have to defend themselves for another couple of minutes in their own half.
I didn't say that, gee, there's nearly 20 tonight. He has been given so much to handle. Won't be more to handle.
Well, they've been into each other. Both sides, right from the kickoff.
That will get him over 100 metres to Desco. He's working in the middle. Lindsay Collins. Oh, tricked out! The masters of the steal, the Melbourne Storm. And the timely one. 17th steal for the year for the Melbourne Storm. Easily the NRL's best.
Yeah, it wasn't the usual culprit.
No, it wasn't Munster.
It was Jesse Bromwich.
He's got a couple under his belt though.
Big play from Bromwich.
He's sneaky good, Jesse.
Up against his front rower, Lindsay Collins.
Here come the Storm again. Kenny Bromwich so influential at their last try. There's another offload. Grant scaring away from Watson, but Radley down low. 4 tackles have quickly elapsed here. Haven't made too many metres. Hughes. Kafusi. Oh, he couldn't quite link up with Sebe. It was Kieran getting him away. Last tackle. Oh, it opens up Sebe. He needs to get rid of it though. And Tedesco comes up with the tackle.
They're just hanging on here, the Roosters. They're falling off a lot of tackles. 10 minutes ago, leading by 4. Big hit from Kafusi. The Roosters need to get the defence in order because it feels like the Melbourne Storm at any time can break open this game with one run and get in the backfield and win it.
The Storm cannot concede a penalty here. They've done it 6 times in this very scenario. There's BB Harder remix. He wins again, Joey Martin. He's on top again as he was in the first half.
Hey! Piss off, you stupid dumb bitch.
Oh, here's a tackle from Nelson. He's got the ball. And he's dropped the ball. Oh, the big fella pumped up. An upending tackle that was quite unorthodox, but so effective.
Yeah, he doesn't often get a rap for his low defence, but Asifa Solomona can absolutely cut plays in half when he goes low. Exactly. That's a massive play. So the front rowers, Jesse Bromwich with a one-on-one steal, Asifa Solomona now with some big defence to get his side the ball.
That is an origin player in 2 plays that's had the ball stolen and then ball jolted out.
This is the game right here. The Melbourne Storm must be able to score points, get the ball to their fringes and attack that right edge of the Roosters.
We haven't really seen Munster have a big moment yet. Grant, always a threat. Jesse Bromwich out. Radley's in trouble. They're going to have to stop play here, and there's a bit of concern. Oh dear. So Radley, oh, they are ugly pictures, and this will be the end of him tonight. As the trainer, oh dear. Well, the picture just speaks for itself. Oh.
footwork there from Jesse Bromwich. Came in hard. Victor Radley.
He suffered a concussion early in the year. It's been an issue. It was round 1 against the Knights. And spent some time out with an ankle injury, but these are disturbing scenes. Obviously his well-being is what the concern is now, but from a game perspective, it's the end of his night. But just getting him in a stable position here. Boy. So, a moment of pause for this near full house, a sellout at Amy Park. Aren't they getting their value for money? It's had everything, skill and brutal defence and a couple of melees. Vicious one there. A running battle between Jesse, between Solomona and Jagaria Hargreaves. And even the odd Roosters fan in the crowd. That's a biggest crowd, I'm told, since prelim final 2018. 25,000. Your last game at Amy as a home player?
I left in 217, Dan.
Well, I was going to give you credit for the big turn. Yes. So the Medicap on the field now as we once again reflect on that live ladder. That's with the Roosters in front.
Yeah, if it stays the same, it's a top 4 shootout next Thursday night, Eels Melbourne Storm. Something tells me that it won't quite work out like that.
I might have to check out that live ladder a couple of
There's a twist coming.
Melbourne Storm.
There's a twist coming, isn't there? One way or the other.
I would be stunned if the Storm don't score a try in the final 8 minutes.
Well, South Sydney are the Roosters' next opponent. If the Roosters don't win tonight, South have a big test tomorrow. That could be for a spot in the finals. Could be, or it could be for a home final. There's going to be something on the line there. But what happens in the next 8.5 minutes of game time will have so much influence on what next week will mean. So the two sides in their respective huddles.
Well, not a fan favourite down there.
No, Barrett after his slabby bothered though.
No,
I thought. Roosters haven't beaten Melbourne since 2019, 5 in a row. Couple of really close ones, most notably one of the greatest games ever at Suncorp Stadium, 27-25, not long after a COVID lockdown. There's Mullet's doing there's right, Pappenhausen, good to see him with a smile on his face. What a shame we've been deprived of him in the second half of this season. Lara, down to you for an update.
Yeah, Ryan Pappenhausen obviously out for the season. I spoke to him before the game. He got some good news this week. He had a scan on that horrific knee injury that he suffered after getting surgery to repair the damage, and it was positive feedback from the surgeon. It's healing really, really well, and they're even hopefully he can start running in 6 weeks, but still obviously won't be back this season.
No, you're still missing a few, Melbourne, which makes their top 4 performance quite noteworthy. And a nice game of their glass, and that's for Solomona. They're feeling among Roosters, but it's giving Victor Radley a nice round of applause, and looks like a bit of movement there for Victor, so that is encouraging. And if we can bring you some news before the night's out, we'll certainly do that here on Fox League. So Victor Radley, all the best to him. Great characters there. Well, now we have to restart. Game on the line, 8.5 minutes left. And Melbourne only early in the tackle count here. Who will the little breather favour? Hughes gets it. Jesse Bromwich with footwork. No match for Collins, though. Strong tackle down low. Grant, short side. That's for Solomona. And Sam Walker just throws himself into the tackle. It's a milk from Butcher and Tedesco. Hughes, the grubber, chasing, Collins saves it for now. The big front rower, just in time.
Couple of big plays there. Melbourne Storm trying to target the biggest man on the field on the littlest man in Nelson to Sophie Solomona on Walker. But then Tedesco not covering the kick. Jerome Hughes sees it, and it's the other big front rower with a huge play. Lindsay Collins saves the day for the Roosters.
Yeah, he's had a couple of ordinary moments, Lindsay, but that was a big one.
Here we go. They didn't get this right before for Tolini. Xavier. Melbourne 12 away. The Roosters hanging on quickly. Dog coming home like a freight train. Kalishka Fusi, and Kiri does enough. Oh, he's hurt though. He's twisted in the tackle. Luke Kiri. And gets up. He's okay. Grant. Now for Jesse Roberts, flat-footed. Hughes keeps it going. Meany holds it up. Monster on. Kenny Roberts. Oh, brilliant play. Joey Manu saves it. They were shot if that ball sailed past him.
It was an all-or-nothing play there from Joey Manu. Had to make a touch on the ball. Otherwise, he's going to try. Simple as that. Look at the numbers that they had. Kenny Bromwich gets that pass there to Norfoluma, and we're all tied up. Big defensive play from Joey Manu, but it's another set of 6 for the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, I think one of the guns for the Melbourne Storm, they're playing short passes and out the back, and the rushing defensive, the Roosters saving the day. Munster might be looking for the ball on the top at some stage.
He's threatening to jump over to the right. He's on the left. And he holds his ground. He's going to get it now. One of the Roosters defenders. He's on. Oh, he couldn't slip the ball. He holds onto it. That was Hutchison with a crucial tackle. And now Nofaluma. And we tackle one. Roosters in no rush to let him play it. Goes deep for Grant. As for Solomona. Oh, straight in the lodge. That's Egan Butcher in 15. Grant. Kamajanitha. Really fancy their chances with Big Tui. With Butcher. Peels off. Grant. Has that come out? Knock on the Roosters. Knock on the Roosters. Butcher. Not normally this animated, and they're going to challenge. They're 2 for 2 tonight, the Roosters, and this could determine the game. Roosters challenging a decision of knock on.
Well, the pictures might tell a different story, but it did seem like that Nat Butcher made a play at the ball and it came off his hand. It mightn't have. And it hasn't. Just watch Harry Grant turn. Butcher looks like he makes contact with the arms of Grant.
Work out whether he's on side.
Well, is he square or is he on the try?
Butcher is not square at marker.
That's going to be a penalty.
And impacts the play.
Well, not the challenge is
Unsuccessful.
So, same result really. Penalty in front and close. Yes, of course, Roosters challenge, but once you challenge, everything's in play. It can go completely against you. So that's it for the Roosters.
Big Nelson was passed, a couple of passes out on the left-hand side, opposite Sam Walker.
Well, is this the setup play to open it up? Grant has a little peek, sweeps across there to Hughes. On it goes Meany. Now Munster on, but the defence slides across without panic. Renasima Solomona there to decoy. Munster has to back. Grant has to go down low. Oh, he was pressured into that from Egan Butcher. And the Storm lose a heap of territory. 3 tackles left. Inside the last 5. Oh no, Tommy Eisenhuth.
They were very deep on that play then, jammed on the left touchline. Not necessarily a bad thing to lose a bit of ground. Gives them more room to play as...
Lindsay Collins,
on the back of his legs.
Okay, no penalty. Not yet. Well, no, Adam G being spoken to by the bunker. But I thought he fell down on the back of his legs. Now, is it more?
Chicken? Huh?
Did you eat that chicken?
Yeah.
Then it goes in the bin.
Me, actually, I didn't.
No, because she gets hold of it.
No, I did put that chicken in the bin.
You put it on the bench.
You get it completely wrong.
No, I didn't. I put the chicken in the bin.
It's like billiards. You've got to call the pocket. If you wow. Well, Tom Hyde,
4.5 minutes left, and we're going to gain all set.
and again, all the best to Tom Hyde. He deserves a good break or two. Storm 20 metres out. It stopped start, but the tension hasn't stopped.
Oh, it's actually all gave all nigga shit.
On the left side, Melbourne.
Mama Storm suck. I bet you they're going to lose that bad one. The Storm is going to get the ass beaten to hell.
Now it's Brandon Smith, the X Factor. Not this time. He can put you first to lead with it, boys. He is strong, Brandon Smith. Grant. They're going to score! Oh, maybe not. Kenny Roberts, desperate defense. It's going upstairs. But Kenny thinks he scored. You got offside. It should be penalty try.
No shot. Tackle 4. Levy's held up.
Well, Kenny thinks differently, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Well, has he grounded it? And if there's an offside player taking part, does penalty try into the equation?
Looking to see if there's a grounding by Kenny Bromwich.
That butcher over the top. Tedesco gets there.
No.
No. Side of the ball.
Oh,
When he first goes over on this angle,
can't give it.
then the ball appears to be up from that point. We'll just look for alternate angles to see where the ball first hits.
Yeah. We'll just have to check whether Kenny didn't get the ball down the moment he crashed over. Nat Butcher over the top. Ball might have touched the ground here, but
we haven't seen anything to suggest
And
that.
if the Storm lose tonight, next Thursday then, the Storm and the Eels are fighting for the top 4 spot. And if the Storm and Eels play, when Storm and Eels play each other next week then, and the Storm loses tonight, both teams playing for the top 4, and whoever wins goes on to take the Panthers and we qualify finals.
Whatever the offside question was, answered. Nothing to worry about there. So, Roosters, by a matter of millimetres, hold on to their lead, but they've still got work to do. Grant Smith. Oh, they tunneled through with Meany, but they were ready for Brandon.
The Storm needs to make sure they don't knock on anything.
Well, that Butcher, give it some latitude. Final play, Meany. Hughes the kick. Kafusi coming through, but it's not deep enough. Oh, Swami lost it, but the backstop saves it. James Tedesco. And now Munster gives a penalty away as he tried to rip it out.
oh, why did he do that? They had the Roosters coming off their own line.
Quickly, Lara Pitt, you've got something for us?
Yeah, Victor Radley in the medical rooms being assessed, but pleased to be able to report he's sitting up talking to the doctors at the moment.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Lara.
James Tedesco.
Oh, saves evidence. Try save on Kenny Bromwich, then the ball from Joseph Swiley. But then Munster. What was he thinking?
Well, how tough was it going to be for the Roosters to bring the ball off their own line? A touch finder now gets them 30 metres out.
This game has gone longer than 2 hours, but my goodness, there's been some drama. Plenty for the team back at the Clive Churchill studio to discuss. They'll be till midnight. As Angus Crichton carries it up. Eagerly there, the Roosters, 2.5 minutes left.
Well, they've just spent 20 tackles inside the Storm's the Roosters' 20-metre area.
They have not trailed all night, the Roosters. Melbourne are just inch closer and closer, but not close enough so far. Barrels, tackle foul. Collins, well, this is mission accomplished. They got through a set. That had been a little problem for them. Now, here's something audacious. Tedesco, trouble! Oh, and Takayaho took his time, but he took it. And 6 more! Remarkable! Oh, but Nelson comes up with it. The ref pulls it up. The ref pulls it up. It's a knock on Nelson. Now, I can challenge this.
Can you explain what happened there?
I'm not sure. The bunker's going to try and do it. But what was Sam Walker thinking trying to walk back on the inside to Tedesco with the game on the line? Then the ball gets thrown out the back, and then this is what we're going to check.
Well, you're inside the final 2 minutes. Taukeaho, well, gee whiz, that could be
Just
more
looking
than
to
knock
see if
on.
there is a knock on from Brandon Smith.
I don't know if Smith gets it.
So, obviously, the challenge brings everything in this play under review. Ooh, has he got a little fingertip?
Smith just knocks it out of the hands of Taukeaho. Feathered.
Siwa Takiao attempts to gain possession. At the point the ball comes away, Brandon Smith, right hand, also touches the ball and it travels forward.
That's it.
The challenge is unsuccessful.
That is it.
The Roosters have just dodged a bullet there, haven't they? Like, last play, Sam Walker back into Tedesco, who throws it and it hits the ground.
So the Roosters just have to hold on to it and try and make Melbourne's task as hard as possible with that one last shot. A minute 40 left. Tedesco, couple of sensational plays in defence, has kept the Roosters in front. Right. And they're all going to try and rip it out, and they all can do it too. Jesse, Brandon Smith, they've got the ability. Munster, of course, the master. Nelson Solomon doesn't mind ripping it out. And look at it. They're holding it now like NFL running backs, just on the front of their chest with both arms covering the ball, the Roosters. The tackles are being burnt quickly here. Collins, 10 metres out. Final play. Walker for the in-goal, and it's batted back by Munster. He had no choice, and it'll come down to a short restart. Munster sprinting. Xavier versus Waligi. The problem is, it's got to get the 10. Oh, he did the hard part. He did the hard part, Xavier. He positioned himself and got there, but he tapped it forward. And the Roosters are almost there.
Well, they are now. Cameron Munster with the drop kick, which didn't look like it was going 10, but Coates was perfectly placed to grab that one.
What a night this has been.
What a game. What a game.
Siren about to sound. Roosters are in the finals again, and the Melbourne Storm will have to beat Parramatta in Sydney to make the top 4. Thursday night becomes one of the biggest nights of the season here on Fox League. The Melbourne Storm beaten